rider that seems to have the most pace in hand at the moment. But crucially, Peter, into 6th place as they cross the line that time around, Hakim Danish. Concertina up, aren't we? Veda Pratama just off the back. Marco Morelli 6th, Vitali 7th. Car cushions there. Time is running out. It's going to be 2 laps when they cross the line. Oh! That was a huge moment between Moundsy and Benyat Fernandez. Yeah. Number 13 then on the chasing pack. Uriarte and Gonzalez as well. He obviously had the crash yesterday with Veda Pratama, and that, which, you know,
yeah, I saw Moundsy drift wide and then he sort of yanked the bike back into line, and but unfortunately
side by side coming into 2A and 2B. Who's going to be the last on the brakes? It is Gonzalez going wide. Very unfortunate, no long lap for car pushing. I mean, that was a pure racing incident when there's that many riders in such a short.
Fortunately, Benyat Fernandez was there, but they got away with it anyway. So the 54 now of Veda Pratama. Yes,
way wide though, a big bubble for the number 11, and he's going to mess up the drive for other riders. They have to cut back across literal space. You know, things are going to go wrong, aren't they?
And fastest lap, today's winner takes the lead again. Out onto the start and finish. There'll be just 2 laps remaining when they cross the...
And then we're going to have Danish. He's going side by side. We've got 4 riders abreast towards turn 3. You got Danish!
For the race so far for Guillaume Planck, the Frenchman, in 10th place.
And then Kerman
strike this time.
But it could be that time again, Peter. Pratama pulls the pitch. He's back in the 2nd place. It's 1, 2, 3 in the championship. 1, 2, 3 in the race. Martinez, the Venezuelan, had that yesterday as well. 146.5 was substantially slower than yet. Will he make it 2 of 2 here in Mugello? He's decided the time is...
Superb stuff there. Brilliant to see Hakim on the number 13 now.
Yesterday, but with the wet patches around, that's no surprise.
Yeah, as you say, it's all concertinaed up.
Now he's got the pace, getting out the way of all this chaos as Moundsy switches.
Splitting his 2 championship riders. That is the order they run in the championship. Very much, hasn't it? There's only, you know, a couple of seconds covering the top 19 or so.
To the inside then, I thought his airbag had gone off in that collision with Benyat Fernandez, but it's Uriarte going in.
Uriarte, Danish and Veda Pratama. 1, 2, 3.
And if you got David Gonzalez, who really... Carlo Thompson up into 12th place. Yesterday he finished up in 6th position. Into the lead.
Wow! He is so good, isn't he, off the end of the straight? But that's the first corner of the lap.
Really lost out with that big mistake in towards 2A. He has now been pushed back to as a really good ride from the Australian up from 12th position.
He needs to be in front of the last corner.
Well, it looks to be then. It's Uriarte goes wide there. Goes 8th position. So it's actually 1, 2, 3 in the championship. And the 5th rider of the championship, Benyat, was that said, it's alright. Yeah, I bet it is. Anything less than a podium is not satisfactory for car. Wide, but does he cut it back on the inside? Yes, but he only slots into 3rd position. Where's Danish? Fernandez into 4th place in the race, just behind him. All the way from near it.
No, indeed. He needs to just have that great result at the end of the season that he...
Just in 6th place at the moment. Keep your eye on the 13. The series leader. He needs to be so clever. It needs enough. The back row of the grid. What a ride this is from Benyat.
Absolutely superb, and you know, he had some really superb wins, and of course a winner, you know, in race 2. So
his final laps, he can't afford to keep losing big points to Uriarte, or the championship could be.
Great run from Hakim Danish as well. You know, Hakim, you know, he started the... You've got to get back to that sort of form.
The step up that Carlo Thompson's made this year has been very noticeable. Australia well back on,
and it could be back on if Veda Pratama picks up another 25 points. Here's a year with 5 second places and then a win. He can do it. It's just a mental thing that
he certainly has another name to cheer for in the future in World Championships.
Of course, it's his 54, and he said yesterday, I just went past. I wasn't thinking about anybody else. No plan. Just go for it. It's messed up the recent races for the Malaysian. He's obviously expunged 3rd season, so he will not be back in the Rookies Cup next season.
Oh, not another fall has gone down.
And here he is going for it again, but behind him is Sullivan Moundsy.
This is the best we've seen from Sullivan.
Manage that from his brain now, and he is battling for the lead.
It's such a different dynamic, Peter, from being the Pav.
But it's his 6th fall in a race, in a Rookies Cup race this season. So back with the leader there.
Moundsy, by far, it's a cracking performance, whatever happens here on in. And he's got Benyat Fernandez, Predator and the Prey. You know, they were chasing him all the time throughout the season.
It is Brian Uriarte, the cap champion, ahead of the number 11 of David Gonzalez.
Fernandez for company as well, who goes up into the lead through Arabiata too.
And he drops.
He's in, but now he's on the back foot again. Uriarte's the one with more things to lose per se, with a 4. David Gonzalez second, Pugliese third, Pratama.
Oh, they're off on 34. That's the 34 of Zen Mitali off on the grass, and I think a couple of other people.
Points gap out the lead, and it's amazing how that could just change a rider's mentality.
Yeah.
And then Danish in 5th place. Malaysia versus Indonesia for second in the championship. We're
We're touching certainly on the green, and probably the growing green stuff as well.
well as it stands.
Absolutely. You know, Uriarte is very strong mentally, and he is
Behind you, 1 point between them.
elbows out.
Literally, yeah.
Okay.
Would be 24 points between Uriarte and Danish at the end of this one, but Benyat Fernandez would move up back.
See, he actually had the better line than Veda through there. He got the drive out of it. Veda caught him, so Brian still has the advantage, but up in the second place, Guilia Pugliese.
And Danish moves up into 3rd position of the championship. You've got Indonesia 3rd and 4th. You've got Pratama
Going into the corner, but Brian Uriarte flicked it right and then left.
Pratama there into turn 1, a very nice tight but clean move from the Malaysian then. Ramadipa running in those positions, then stand up any nation around the world, because
Better to get the drive out.
on that penalty as well for Monan Yane due to exceeding. Really nice indeed.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
We've got so many nationalities here this year.
That's right, and it's Sullivan Mounsley. I wonder if they've lost the British national.
Track limits, he's down in 20th at the moment, fighting with Pont, who also had a long lap penalty. Agustinelli.
And those damp patches, it's still cool, of course. Those damp patches are hanging around, but there's much anthem. It's a while since we've heard that in Rookies Cup. Right up the inside comes Morelli.
He is just ahead of them. He's done his long lap penalty as well.
Oh, and Brian getting mostly a dry line, but you just got to be careful you don't get offline. Maybe that limits some of the overtaking possibilities.
Ooh.
Where did he come from?
He came through 10th place. Well, there you go. You can't count him out.
Presumably ruined his concentration having to do the long lap penalty. And
Pugliese had a big moment on the exit of turn 6 there, loses a bunch of places. Danish then into Marco. This is the kind of comeback ride that you need to see from him. He's going to lead them.
Called himself out. Anyway, back with the leaders then. Brian Uriarte still with the advantage over Pratama and Hakim.
Second place ahead of Pratama then. So it's 1, 2, 3 in the championship, 1, 2, 3 in the race, but off along for the line for the final lap. Peter, here we go. 95 from 4th.
Danish, they got a very slight advantage over the 17 of Yaroslav.